Hotels in Marbella. That's what we're talking about today. Where you should stay, which are the best, which are the worst from our experience and what we've heard. Let's kick off. So hotels in Marbella, there's actually, it's a strange one, isn't it? Because as you come from Malaga Airport and you travel down the coast and you see Torremolinos, Benalmádena, Fuengirola, which are the sort of traditional swinging 60s resorts, and they are littered with big, tall, mainly 3-star, 4-star hotels, I would say, some 2 stars. And then you come towards Marbella and the landscape gets a bit calmer, doesn't it? It's not as built up, I don't think. And I think because there's a huge amount of holiday homes in that area of the coast, there's not that many hotels, are there?
No.
So people tend to hire a car, come from the airport, and then go and stay in either a hotel or their own accommodation. Whereas I think the other resorts nearer the airport, it's basically you're bussed from the airport somewhere, left there by the pool for 2 weeks, and then ferried home. It's a different kind of concept, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Marbella hotels, the ones that we've heard about, are the ones that we know. What would you say is the best?
Puente Romano, of course.
Romano.
Those are my favorites.
Yeah.
Puente Romano,
Absolutely.
Marbella Club are always sort of like.
And they're owned by the same
location.
people, owned by the same
Now they
family.
are, yeah.
Yep. So Marbella Club and Puente Romano, for those who don't know, are both located on the Golden Mile in Marbella. So that's the stretch between Marbella town and Puerto Banús. They're both beachside, and they're probably similar sizes, I'm guessing. Although Puente Romano has grown up quite a lot.
Well, they added. Remember, we have to mention Nobu because they added and sort of transformed Puente Romano into Nobu and Puente Romano. So it's convenient. But I guess Nobu, they even made it higher class.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Nobu,
it's like, wow.
1,200 euros a night. It's
whatever you need, whatever you can money can pay for, you can get it at.
I have to take my hat off to the guys behind these hotels because they invested a huge amount of money. They took a risk. I think they realised they needed to kind of reinvent themselves a little bit, so they got Nobu on board, which obviously creates a buzz. Anywhere they open, it creates a buzz. So traditionally, Nobu is a restaurant. It's kind of Asian fusion restaurant, high quality. But they've also got themselves involved in hotels now. So part of the Puente Romano is the Nobu hotel, but the Puente Romano is also very well known locally amongst us cheapskates. Can't afford to stay there. No, I'm joking. Well, no, I'm not joking. But they have a beautiful arrangement of restaurants on La Plaza. So they have a Thai, an Italian, a Dani Garcia, Bibo. They have the Nobu restaurant.
Gluten-free. I think the only gluten-free restaurant.
Oh yes, Delicioso. Yeah, and they have. I eat a lot at the tennis club because it's cheap and cheerful. They also have a chiringuito down on the beach, which is fantastic. So the Puente Romano has become a destination, hasn't it?
Yes.
Where you go to be seen. But you also go for fantastic food, great service. It's not the cheapest place in the world, but as a one-off, it's a nice, very, very nice.
And there's a nightclub too,
Yeah,
so they won't kick you out until whenever. You can arrive at 10 o'clock in the morning and stay until 8 o'clock.
I think they put a cash point. They put a cash point next to the nightclub now, so if you're running out of cash, you just go and stock up.
Oh, that's true.
No, it's a great hotel,
So nice.
but interestingly, I've had a couple of clients stay there recently who absolutely love the Puente Romano. But I've also had a couple of clients who used to stay at the Puente Romano who now go to Marbella Club. Okay. And they go there because it's just a little more relaxed in terms of it's a bit more elegant, I would say, a bit more old school, older money.
More families, would you say? More families.
I don't know.
Quieter.
I think if I was going to say you go to Puente Romano to kind of be seen, Marbella Club you go to be hidden.
Yes.
It's that kind of atmosphere. I love I love Marbella Club because it's kind of old school. The furnishings are a little bit chintzy, but it's all very high quality. It's a really nice place, and I think it's lovely to have the two alternatives. So if you're a frequent visitor and one year you fancy Puente Romano and the next year you fancy Marbella Club, I mean they are two really outstanding hotels, and you're right, they're the two that iconic ones, and because of their location on the Golden Mile opposite the palace of the King of Saudi Arabia, which is just amazing.
And the service, you go there and it's just absolutely amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't stay there, but I have friends that sometimes come and I'll sneak in and spend the day there.
It's a great experience, and the nice thing is that we as locals can go and have dinner there. We can have drinks there. We can have a night out or lunch, and it's lovely to be able to dip in. That's why I love Marbella, because you can dip into different lifestyles. You know, if you want to go crazy glamorous, you can do a night at Suite and blow a few €100 and wow, you know, amazing, be hobnobbing it with the stars. If you want to do something more rustic and authentic, you can go up into the hills and have tapas for nothing. You know, if you want to do the Brits abroad kind of thing and watch your local football team, you can do, you know, so you can dip in and out of these different lifestyles. And I love that, you know, because as expats, we need to do all those different things.
Correct.
I think, you know, I think sometimes if you've just got the one element, it becomes a little bit boring. But
you're right. And there's something for everyone. And you know, to your point, I think we were talking about this earlier, but there's a lot of stuff also for families. So a lot of these hotels and resorts will have dictated kids programs. So there's something for everyone.
I had a lovely family, actually, a Danish guy and his American wife, who came out on tour with me a couple of days recently, and they left their daughter in the kids club. She was happy.
Oh yeah.
You know, she was crying when the parents came back.
She
didn't want to go, and she made some great friends there. So it is family orientated as well, which is lovely. But Puente Romano, certainly in the evenings on that terrace, becomes a playground, isn't it, for the adults amongst us. And what it's done for the property prices around there is incredible, isn't it? I mean,
famous Golden Mile.
Wow, I mean, which has always been pretty exclusive, but now that Nobu effect, I think Nobu's been in there 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
But the Nobu effect has just taken it onto another level, and the properties within the Puente Romano resort. I mean, you're looking at a one-bed apartment costs you €1 million for a well-located one, which is incredible because 5-6 years ago that would have been 500,000. So it's doubled because of this, what they've created in this hotel. So hats off to them. You know, they've done an amazing job. Yeah, where else is pretty notable? Where else do we think are sort of iconic Marbella hotels? And it doesn't have to be kind of Marbella town. It can be on the outskirts. Any others spring to mind?
I mean, Los Monteros has had a very good name in the last years. I know that they went through a bad time, bad direction. But what blows my mind is that these locations, like we'll probably mention Don Carlos, which is going to be an amazing resort by Club Med, and they always pop back. Somebody sees future in it, puts the money that's needed into it, and then they just start going up again.
Well, I think
Los Monteros is the really nice beaches over there. You have everything you need as well at your footstep. Yeah. So
I think anything that's beachside has got value, hasn't it? So
Definitely.
even if they've become a little bit tired, some investor or some hotel chain is going to come along and go, we'll have that, because location-wise. I mean, Los Monteros, you're right, it went through a phase where I think they ran out of money, didn't they?
Yeah,
they were bought by different people and it didn't work. And I went in there a couple of weeks ago to meet you.
Yes, we did. That's right.
And it was really nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It kind of felt like it's got its mojo back a little bit.
Yeah.
So that was lovely. Also, Don Carlos is another famous one.
Yeah.
For those of you who've been past Elveria, so on the way from the airport towards Marbella, there's a big tower on the beach. That's the Don Carlos Hotel, 5-star hotel. I think is it Arab owned? I might have got that completely wrong. Sure. But again, great beaches in Elveria.
Yes.
So and you've got Nikki Beach.
That's what I was
which is very famous, just at the bottom there.
Yeah,
so Don Carlos, although it looks a little bit ugly, has always kind of been.
It's been there for so many years.
Yeah, it has.
So many years.
And it's a great landmark. So if you meet
Spanish
people, just meet you at Don Carlos. Everyone can see it.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's awesome.
But that'll be interesting to see what happens with that.
Yeah.
Then you've got a few heading towards kind of Estepona. You've got the Kempinski. Which I believe has the most expensive hotel room in Spain. Their presidential suite is apparently the most expensive hotel room in Spain. There you go.
Okay.
But I quite like Kempinski. I quite like the hotel. It's the beach isn't the best.
Yeah, you have to go a little bit to the.
We're not sounding enthusiastic. We're not sounding enthusiastic.
No, I was going to mention that I had been to the penthouse, not the suite of the hotel. It was actually owned by a person that was going to sell it,
okay.
and I had the magnificent treat to have lunch there with him one day, and it's just absolutely amazing. You know, it was the corner unit right over the water. Yeah. It's beautiful, and with your private swimming pool up there. So you really didn't need to go to the beach.
No, that's the thing. It's got a nice spa in the Kempinski as well. It's a very nice place. I've just had clients stay there as well. My clients stay in all the best places. Why can't I ever stay there? Another one that's done very well for itself is the Villa Padierna in Los Flamingos. I don't know if you've been there.
Yes, I know it very well.
Yeah.
And,
I live in Los Flamingos.
The director.
Name
Exactly.
And he's done a very good job. And he used to be the director of the Puente Romano. And they made an offer, and he moved over to Padierna to work with the company. But having said that, the golf courses there are magnificent.
Beautiful grounds.
They have three 18-hole golf courses there. And it's another one of those places where you just park your car or you arrive in a Uber taxi, and you don't want to see anything else anymore, unless you want to go to the beach, of course, because it is mountainside.
For those who like sort of Italian like villa architecture, it is like I think it was modelled on like an Italian thing, and the spa is beautiful. Villa Padierna. I've got clients who will only stay at the Villa Padierna because they love it so much. And do you know what's down the road from me? But I never go. But it's expensive. I mean, you go for a coffee, and whoa, hello.
Yeah.
You know, like €5 for a coffee or something. It's like, hang on a minute, you know. But it's beautiful. The grounds are beautiful. It's on the golf course, overlooking the lake.
Yeah.
And it's where Michelle Obama stayed when she came over a few years ago.
Yes, that's right.
I couldn't believe they redid the roads, and that was paid for by private money just to make sure the roads were perfect.
Absolutely. When she came. We had all the Secret Service people hiding behind trees.
Yeah.
It was great fun.
Yeah.
So the Villa Padierna. What else have I got on my list? I've got the Don Pepe in Marbella. That's a nice hotel.
Yes, definitely.
Old school kind of Spanish. Yeah. It's been changed a bit, but I like where it is because you're on the edge of town. You can walk into all the bars and restaurants.
There's a famous movie that was done in the late 50s, a Spanish movie.
Oh, really?
That was all filmed at the Don Pepe.
Oh, you're kidding?
Yeah, before it was even Meliá.
Oh, wow.
So that became very famous back then with a lot of also Spanish people. And there was nothing around. It was just the hotel there.
Yeah.
And they've got a lovely restaurant at the bottom, haven't they? Cappuccino?
Yes.
Which is a very nice, elegant kind of, quite relaxed restaurant, but it's on the promenade there. Yes, so I like the location of Don Pepe.
And the Meliá hotels are always gorgeous.
Yeah, pretty good, aren't they?
Yes.
What else have we got? We've got the one that we've just been speaking about actually before we came on air is the Ikos in Estepona, which is where for those of you as old as me, it's where the Princess Playa used to be on the new Golden Mile between San Pedro and Estepona, which was a 4-star hotel. And they basically Ikos, which is a Greek company, I think their office is just around the corner from us. They've taken over this hotel, they've completely rehashed it, and they have, apparently, I've not been, apparently you can't get near the place, it's guest
I haven't been able to get in. I've seen all the photos that you can see, obviously, on their website, and it's absolutely stunning.
It's stunning. It's like pull down to the beach. But I had a client, it wasn't one of my clients, it was somebody else's client, who stayed there recently, and he was involved in the hotel trade in London. Quite a wealthy guy, he paid €1,200 a night to stay there. And he said he's never stayed in a better hotel.
Wow.
He was
absolutely. Right down the road.
He said he was looking for faults, as you do when you're in the industry. He couldn't find anything wrong.
Wow.
There were like Lamborghinis and Range Rovers parked in the underground parking if you wanted to take them out for the day. Everything was kind of there for you. And he said it was just an incredible experience. So that's good.
We'll have to get a tour. Somebody will sneak us in.
I know, because I thought we'd just be able to go and have dinner there or something as
I don't know.
Locals. But maybe it's just private. It's all inclusive, I think, isn't it?
Okay, so that could be why.
Yeah, that's one of
they
those.
They don't want us sitting the buffet, do they?
Yeah.
Then you go in.
The buffet was wiped out. Another good one is Finca Cortesin.
Oh, yeah.
Which is beautiful.
Another iconic.
See, I love that style.
Me
That's
too.
it. That's what I was going to mention.
It's almost like a colonial, elegant
Spanish
style, and it's on one of the best golf courses in Spain. So this is down towards Casares, just at the bottom of the Casares road that takes you up into the hillside village. So it's probably about 20-30 minute drive from Marbella, but beautiful hotel.
Yes,
Beautiful hotel.
stunning.
And incredibly, you know, they sell real estate at Finca Cortesin. They sell very expensive villas on the grounds. 95% of people who buy a villa stay in the hotel first.
Wow.
They don't get any business from kind of outside. It's people who stay in the hotel, fall in love with the hotel, fall in love with the concept, and then go and buy their own place. So
before they built that, people were saying, it's never going to work because it's too far away. And now look,
it's too far away, and also it's. I mean, Finca Cortesin is beautiful. The golf course is amazing. The hotel is beautiful, but it's. You're surrounded by cheaper housing stock. You know, next door to you, you've got a development where I think the cheapest one is just over 100,000.
Yep, I know.
So it feels sometimes a little bit like an oasis of amazingness.
Yeah.
But not in the best area. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm being really unkind.
Yeah, because Casares is a village. I mean, when you say Casares, yeah, it is. It's a Spanish, very old village. But then you get outside of there and you see what they've done and how beautiful the golf course is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. And we've had some famous golf tournaments already come to Finca Cortesin.
Absolutely.
So it's very popular.
We've also got a few. We've got a few that went. Haven't come back. So the Incasol is one in Rio Real.
Yes.
And I used to live just below the Incasol, and it was a hotel that kind of never kept up to date. It was always a little bit stuck in the past.
Right.
But it's a shame because I mean, it probably needs ripping apart now, but no one's ever taken it on, which is a shame.
But it was also a place that people would go to lose weight and take care of themselves and go to the
It was a proper medical spa.
Spa, that sort of thing. I think they were competing with the famous clinic Booking.
Yeah. It had a similar concept.
And that was a tough competition because they're still there and very, very popular.
Yeah.
If you have 1,500 euros per night to not eat.
To not eat.
They don't give you any
So what are you paying for? You're paying for someone not to feed you.
A doctor to be monitoring your losing weight. Wow. I can do that at home.
Yeah, exactly. That is a great business concept, isn't it? Don't give the punters anything to eat.
And you
no
fast.
alcohol.
You fast.
Give them a pool, a nice room, a bit of Wi-Fi, Sky Sports, 1,000 a night. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Ka-ching.
Hey, you can't beat that.
We're in the wrong business, right? That's it. We're off.
Can't beat that.
We're in the wrong business. We're going to talk now about a few hotels that are on the way back or new. I'll kick off. There's one in Sotogrande, which on the Almenara golf course, which is going to be it actually was the Almenara Hotel, I think, but it's now going to be Sotogrande, so it's part of Sofitel, and that's going to be beautiful. I think that's opening next year, but it's going to be amazing. They've dedicated a huge amount of the area to spa and health and fitness and stuff like that, which will be great because it probably needs, Sotogrande itself probably needs an injection of a younger clientele and more footfall, so that'll be really great for the area because what it lacks, Sotogrande, is a really good 5-star hotel.
Yeah.
So that'll be great. What else have we got coming up?
Really good.
W Hotel.
W. That's is that Elveria or?
It is, isn't it?
That's been talked about for a long time, but is actually anything happening with that yet? Because there was this debate about protecting the dunes, wasn't there? The sand dunes.
Right.
And it's going to go somewhere there, but apparently now they've got the green light, and it's.
Wasn't that also by the owner of the Via Padierna Los Flamingos, Ricardo Arranz?
No, that's
the
Four Seasons.
Four Seasons.
Yeah, so that's the Four Seasons.
Excuse me.
Which, I mean, when you think about it, particularly down that way, sort of East Marbella, you're going to have Four Seasons, you're going to have W. Wow.
Yeah.
Hello.
I know.
I mean, two of the best hotel brands in the world. Very different, but
that's
going
to be fantastic for that area. And
definitely,
really
and
nice
for the real
beaches
estate in that area.
Yes.
That's going to go up,
Exactly. And we've got Don Miguel being transformed. Is that going to be
That's correct.
Club Med?
I'm going to rectify what I said. It's Don Miguel that's going to be turned into a Club Med.
Yeah.
And I said Don Carlos. I meant Don Miguel because it starts with Don.
The Don Miguel is... we'll let you get away with that.
Don Miguel is going to be the new Club Med.
And I saw that. It's all shrouded at the moment, isn't it? In some big blanket as if there's a lot of work going on. Well, that'll be great.
So
that'll be great because that part of Marbella needs a bit of a lift.
Yeah.
And I'm going to end this one with a little mention of one of my favourites. Now, this I am showing my age. The Byblos in Mijas Golf.
Oh wow!
That's coming back, isn't it? That's been bought,
Yeah.
and that
It's
was
going to be a Hyatt, right?
It's going to be a Hyatt. That was Princess Diana's favourite hotel down here. She used to indulge herself in the La Prairie Spa, I think. When I'm showing my age. And so that would be great because again, Mijas kind of needs something.
They do.
Yeah.
So that'd be great to have that. So we're pretty blessed, aren't we?
We are.
And we've got some really kind of sexy names coming up that will be opening Four Seasons, W, Club Med, Sofitel. It's all good.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just look at your budget, how long you want to stay, and there's somewhere you can find definitely.
Yeah, exactly. And we are picking out the iconic ones, so they tend to be the most expensive.
Of course.
But there's plenty. It's like reading the people in elections. Isn't it? There's plenty of other candidates. There's plenty of other hotels. But these are the kind of the most notable 5-star ones. I would say the ones we all like to associate with because we're a bit like that, aren't we?
And I think, honestly, just to even add to that, even for us that live here, it's nice to go for a weekend. Maybe you're celebrating a birthday or an anniversary. So, we like to all get away for,
yeah, absolutely.
a couple of days.
I mean, we're very well blessed here because normally to find that concentration of quality 5-star hotels, you'd need to be in a place like London, New York.
Yeah.
There's not many places.
No, that's true. Oh, I'm going to add one because you said that. Barceló bought the Guadalmina Hotel in Guadalmina Baja, which is where I celebrated. Well, my wife and I, we celebrated our wedding there. And now it's really nice. Barceló has done a very good job. Yeah. My brother just recently stayed there for a weekend.
Oh, see?
Very nice.
And we were there. It's just really nice. Right frontline beach.
I like a Barceló. I stay in the Barceló in Conil when I go to the seaside down on the Atlantic coast, and you can become part of all these hotels. I'm sure on similar schemes where you can become a part of their club and then you get discounts and upgrades.
That's
and
Barceló.
all
Very,
these things.
very, very good group.
Yeah, I like it. Good. Any others up your sleeve?
Not that I can think of.
You got any
I think it's fantastic. We've got a lot.
They're the ones
to choose. Yes.
They're the ones. We'll leave you with that little selection for now.